Hello and welcome to Success Stories. And today we are having Anbu Kritika. It's a very interesting story because she has got a mixed result. She has been a student of Ekcel Academy. She has passed one module but just missed in the other module by a few marks. So she'll be sharing her experience. First of all, congratulations on passing one module. Don't worry about what you did not clear.
Thank you, sir.
So Anbu Kritika is somebody who prepared very hard for both the modules. We have seen her in our Ekcel Academy coaching classes. She was also there in the Chennai workshop. It was a great time. So she'll be telling all her experience, how she prepared, what she's doing now, and other things. So before we go ahead, can you briefly tell us about what you're doing now?
Yes, sir. So hello all, I'm Anbu Kritika. So I completed M1 and preparing for M2. So now I'm currently working in a firm to get a practical exposure and I've completed my BCom.
Very good. So Anbu Kritika is from Chennai and she'll be telling us a little bit about the preparation strategy which she did. But before that, my first question is, why did you take a decision that you will write both modules together?
Sir, instead of waiting for preparing for 6 months for M1 and then preparing another 6 months for M2, let me take the chance clearing both the module in one single shot. So I can gain a more practical exposure rather than studying itself. So I planned I am trying CS executive from my college itself, so I couldn't able to clear. So later point of the time I decide let me complete my graduate and free myself and start preparing full-fledged. So I started preparing M1 and M2 together. So because of company law, SLCM and corporate accounting was the base of company law. Yes, sir. So we get set off. So there are some advantages and some disadvantages. So I think only the advantages and I gone with studying M1 and M2 together.
In fact, it almost worked for you. Just bad luck with few marks you could not clear. Yes, so you get a lot of time. So tell us a little bit, for studying 8 subjects, what is the kind of time you gave? Were you a full-time student when you studied 8 subjects?
Yes, sir. I'm a full-time student when I studied 8 subjects, sir. My routine will be I'll get up in the early morning, I'll study, I'll eat, and I'll sleep. I would devote 16 to 18 hours a day, sir. Except sleeping, everything I studied. Nothing I did, sir.
For how long you did that?
So whole 6 months. I started in July. Actually, I wrote June both 8 papers. I couldn't clear, so I didn't wait for that result 1 month, sir. So I started my preparation in the July itself. So if result was favor, then I'll proceed with next step. If the result was not in my favor, so let me continue this. My point was like that in June attempts, sir. So I started my preparations in July itself. So that time my results was not in favor. So I continued July, August till December. My routine was like that only, so.
Very good. So studying virtually except sleeping and eating, you are studying all the time.
Yes, sir. I'll attend the classes, I'll study, I'll do that other works like
that needs lot of dedication, not easy. Very good. So see, since you're in Chennai, you have option to go to physical face-to-face classes also. What made you choose Ekcel, that to online coaching? Many people say online will not work. So how did you choose?
Sir, in Ekcel, I believe not studying only the ICSA material. We get a practical exposure while we learning or while we attend the live classes. All the staff will initially tell about the practical exposure, how kind this section will apply in the practical exposure. After that, they'll start the class. So that made me to come to Ekcel, sir.
Okay. So it's online is quite lonely journey because classes is online and you're sitting at home, you're not meeting friends every day. So how did you cope up with this kind of challenge? And plus you had written once and you had not cleared. So much confusion in the mind and so much pressure will also be there. So how did you cope up with all this?
I have a mindset what if I clear both the groups in the one shot? So what will be my journey after this M1 executive? So that was my driving force, going both the.
That was the motivation.
In my preparation, I had both frustrations and all that, but this was the driving force. What if I clear both the modules in one shot and I go with my career?
Very good, very good. So tell us a little bit about some of the study strategies. Did you write and practice, or did you just listen to classes? What was your approach?
Yes, sir. Usually, I used to attend live classes. Every day, I won't miss live classes. I attend only the live classes. And after that, I'll study and I'll go through the material and I'll take my notes. And after that, I'll play Kahoot. So Kahoot was like one of the best things. Initially, I've studied, I'll play a Kahoot so that I can able to analyze myself that whether I'm clear in the concepts or not. So after that, I'll take notes and I'll revise in a day or in the next week and in the next 15 days. So I revise like that. So this was my preparation, sir. And I'll write one day, one answer every day. I never missed one day also, sir.
Correct. We'll come to that. So for people watching it, we give everyday quiz and it is in form of a game. So that is what Kritika was telling about the quiz. So every day she practiced that. Next, which I wanted to tell, because we made one group called One Day, One Answer, where we told students to solve one old question paper answer. Then I will give the feedback as a teacher, like what you should write, what is right, what is wrong, like that. And she used to be very regular in that. Only 3-4 students used to be very regular, and Kritika was one of them. So tell us, how did that help you? Where did you find the improvements when you got feedback?
Sir, usually I used to write every day and I used to use different types of techniques like writing a diagram or quoting the case law or a citation. Your words will make me to write more answers every day, sir. So I want to make this question, what if this question comes in the final exam and what if I write this same answer and I get 4 out of 4. So that way I used to write every day. I used to present like how I'll present in ICSI final exam. So that's how I prepared from my starting point, sir. And I got 2 exemptions, sir, out of 8 subjects.
Wonderful. So can you tell us a little bit about, so basically you have to write 3 subjects now.
Yes, sir.
Very good. So in 8 subjects, 5 subjects you have cleared, only 3 subjects to write. Tell us about the mock exam which Ekcel Academy conducted. Did you take that up?
Yes, sir. I took. And I got I planned how I'll write in final exam. I planned every question. Swati ma'am used to tell us like you have to devote this much time to this question. You have to present like this. So I just followed everything and I presented, sir. So that's the reason why I got 2 exemption in the 2 papers exemption.
See, if everyone was watching this, the simple message is hard work. Whatever she's telling, she did everything what we told as Ekcel Academy as teacher. It's easy for us to tell, but it's very difficult for student to do. It is purely hard work which she has given. And as she's talking, I think people who are watching this can make out. She did not leave anything for chance. She attended the live class. She took the daily quizzes, which is in form of games. She wrote the weekly test. She wrote the mock exam. Wrote one day, one answer. So when you do all this, obviously you will get the result. And that is what you have seen. So what do you want to tell students who have faced failure and who feel that exam is difficult like that? What do you want to tell them? Because you have failed before this also. Yes. With a lot of challenges, and you're a full-time student at home. Friends, relatives keep telling something. So what do you want to tell our student?
Sir, instead of like telling like paper is very tough or the correction is not fair, so our preparation will reflect in that paper, sir. When our preparation is very good, instead of like blaming on paper tough or corrections, we will present like accordingly. We prepare 100%, we'll put 100% in the paper. Even I got exemption in JAGL. So even the JAGL paper was very tough, I can able to face it. I never lose hope. Once I saw the paper, I was like very blank. And after that, I recalled everything and I wrote what I know. Gave my 100%. I wrote what I know. And obviously, I got exemptions. I was shocked when I saw my JAGL mark.
Very good. See, if you're prepared well, question paper being difficult or easy really doesn't matter. I think this is one good example which students watching this will get some motivation, because some people first exam is JAGL, paper is difficult. They'll tell tomorrow I don't go for exam. This is the kind of things people tell. But I think your story will definitely inspire. Now tell us a little bit about the teachers at Ekcel. How was the experience with teachers? What did you learn from them?
Sir, I had very well experience. Starting from Soumya ma'am or Swati ma'am, they all gave us that practical exposure. They gave that conceptual understanding. After that, they told to concentrate on these points. So I want to tell about Soumya ma'am's day. Instead, I was not like a very law student. I'm like a become graduate. I couldn't cope up with JHL in my initial preparations. I was like very scared how I'm going to face this paper. So later, ma'am's class made me to prepare very well. So every teacher or every faculty in that academy like gave us the conceptual clarity so that we can face the paper very confidently, sir. Even though the paper was very tough, or we can able to face.
Yeah, 8 days you had 8 exams.
Yes,
So
sir.
how did you manage that without gap? That many
I
students
never,
ask that.
I never slept. Sir. I slept only for 2 hours a day. So I used to 2 to 5 usually we have an exam. I'll come at home by 5:30. I'll start my preparation at 6:30. So it goes till 11:30, 12, and again morning 3 o'clock I woke up and I start and study till 12 o'clock. And after that I'll go to my exams. My 8 days routine was like that only. So I had only 2 hours of sleep.
Okay, okay. So next thing is about Excel Academy. Why do you think students should join Excel based on your experience?
So it's basically like they'll get a very good conceptual clarity, sir. Rather than like going through the concept, they'll get a very good conceptual clarity and even practical exposure, sir. So that made me to join Excel.
Tell us a little bit about the mentorship program, different mentorship tasks, and Srimati
Yes.
ma'am calling. So all those things, how was that?
Sir, actually, Srimati ma'am calling, she used to call like every week, what you have studied, what you have studied. That made me to study more, even more with full force. Sir. I have to answer her call, what I have studied. I should tell about the 8 subjects. I have to study 8 subjects every week. So I have to tell. So that made me to go forward, sir. And mentorship call, like when we feel frustrated or when we feel very low, when we attend like weekend mentorship call, we'll get an answer in that, and we can able to proceed further. We won't stop there itself. So in that ways, mentorship call was very helpful. And mentorship task like don't use your mobile phones when you're studying and keep it in the next room, and the Pomodoro technique, everything I followed, sir. I just followed what academy told. I just followed what you and Srimati ma'am or any other faculties told, and I just proceeded. And nothing else I did.
Yes, for everyone watching this, what you should understand is if you have basic discipline, you will get results. Basic discipline, and along with that, if you do a lot of hard work, you will get results. You just have to trust the process. In Anbukritika case, she trusted the process of Excel Academy teachers. It could be any process which you follow, but you have to trust that process and do this continuously for 6 months. Results is something which you will definitely get. There's nothing for you to lose. So now, how is your confidence to become a company secretary? Because passing in executive is a very important step.
Sir, I never lost my hope, sir. I will come back next time even more stronger. I'll bounce back very easily. So I next attempt I'll clear both all my M2, sir. I have to write 3 papers, I'll clear that. So I have a confidence that I'll clear.
Okay, good. So now that you're doing training, CS training, so how is that helping you?
Yes, sir. Like I'm gaining the practical exposure side by side so that I can compare and study. So it made me very easy, sir.
Very good, very good. So we are very happy with your story. And lastly, tell us your experience in the workshop. We did a face-to-face workshop in
Yes, sir.
Chennai. You met me, you met different friends and new people. So how was that?
Sir, that was like a game changer, sir. Like we used to do all these things, but that workshop gave us even more confidence, sir. So because it was like during our exam time, like 15 or 20 days before we had a workshop. So like that was the time where the students or I itself feel very low what I'm going to do in next 20 days. Sir. So the workshop was like a game changer, sir. I just attended and I enjoyed a full day and I got more points. So you were telling like quote some citations or some diagrams. So I just took that point from there and I quoted all that you have said and I cleared, sir.
Very good, very good. That shows, I mean, people who are watching this, I think you can see the confidence which Anbukritika has. So that confidence comes because of hard work. So everyone watching this, I hope you got a lot of points and some inspiration about how you can study. So you have anything else to share? Anything else you want to tell about your preparation, or you want to tell students anything else?
Sir, it's like give your 100%. As you said, do 100% what is in your control, and everything will reflect in your results. So being consistent and working very hard, even though the journey is very tough. So I feel like, what if I become a company secretary in next 6 months or a next 6 process? What if my journey moves ahead? So that was my driving force. I just worked hard and I studied very consistently. I never left one day. I didn't never left a one day study itself. So I just studied every day. So that made me to clear one module, and the second module just slipped by 6 marks.
Yeah, no problem. You'll definitely clear. So consistency, hard work is the clear message from Anbukritika. So we wish you the very best. I'm sure we'll meet again in success stories, not just for executive, even for professional.
Yes.
So did you watch the other success stories, and was that also
Yes, sir, yes,
inspiring you?
actually that yes, sir. Actually, that was like very motivation. When I'll come in the success story. So that was my real motivation, those 6 months journey, sir. So what if I come in success story? So I watched every success story, sir. And I used to get tips from every student. They used to give like, you concentrate on this chapter, or you do this type of technique. So I used to take whichever suits me. So that was like, I used to watch. So.
Nice. Very good. Excellent. So that was Anbukritika, and I hope you got some good motivation for you to study well. And for anything else which you need, you can get in touch with Ekcel Academy. We are there to help you. For more such episodes, I will see you in the next success story. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Please share the story with others, and others also can get inspired. Thank you, and see you in the next episode.